And so most of you probably intuitively know that higher education in the United States today is really one of the most competitive businesses and industries in the United States. That's why I'm asking each of you to help us in each of the mission areas of the university. Following me will be Jean, Dr. Russell, and she'll talk about some of the business processes that we have here in the region that help our students attain success. And sometimes attaining success is simply avoiding failure, okay? And sometimes that failure is caused by us, not by them. So what we need is your full buy-in, your support, and your cooperation with these efforts. After lunch, and Barb, I'm sorry that you're going right after lunch, but Barb will talk to us about the Webster brand, how we can all contribute to recruitment, and what the path is for the university come 2015 when we celebrate our centennial. So that's going to be a real big event coming down the pike here in another year or so. Over the past year, we've had to cancel 23 classes, either principally because we lacked enrollment. All right, and so when you have a class that's only scheduled to go with 3 or 4, that's not a great learning model, and it's not necessarily a great financial model, okay? But you've already put a lot of work into getting that class ready to go. And so your help in getting students for us will help us to cancel fewer classes. So it really, redounds back to you immediately if we have more students. Also today we're going to have 2 people from the Online Learning Center, Kate and Elizabeth, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about some of the new technology that's the university's investing in to make your job easier, to enable you to do more creative things both in the classroom and outside of the classroom. And so, that's really part of the real training we want for today. But I want to end on a high note, and I want to talk about some of our successes. Yesterday, one of our students, and Melanie's husband, was selected as the Air Force Region District of Washington as the Sergeant of the Year. He will go forward to the Air Force-wide competition. So Barb expected Webster Today note on that. So that's really great news. Brad Wooten and Angela Young, our Community Resource Coordinator, have written an article that will be published in Military Advanced Education in the next couple months. Leon Hutton and Jean Russell have spent a lot of time this last year designing a course on the politics of development in the Global South. We're waiting to see if we're going to get enough students to make that viable. It's a hybrid course that would travel to Bangladesh and India this summer. It's the first time we've ever attempted to do something like that here in the region. And it's something we need to be thinking more about, okay? Bob Roop, who is actually teaching this morning, so he's not going to be here, he's actually teaching all day, has done 2 really important things this year. He tried to build a cohort at his company for procurement and acquisition management. The sequesters kind of put that on hold for a little bit, but we think it's going to get knocked off and start later this year. But Bob also designed a course for all the HR professionals in the room and others who know what this is. The Society of Human Resource Management has 2 levels of certificate. And Bob has been teaching that certificate course for a long time. Well, he designed an academic course to teach that. So for the first time, Webster is teaching those prep courses for the certification as an academic course, okay, for credit. And so that's a real first that, again, helps us drive enrollments to the place we want to be. Suzanne Polarod was instrumental in putting us in touch with the Defense Information School And as a result of her efforts and our work with them, we've come up with a, let me get the words right, a cooperative degree program with them so that officers coming out of that program, that's where the military teaches its public relations officers. Officers coming out of that will already be accredited for 3 course credits, so 9 credits, to a Master's in Public Relations with Webster University. That's really going to help us down the road with our public relations program, and Suzanne was instrumental in that. Allegra McCullough is going to be participating in a professional panel in the next couple weeks. And when you look at the program for that panel, her Webster affiliation is listed before her day job. Thank you, Allegra. And as Mary Poppins would say, those are a few of my favorite things. So I hope each of you will join us on May 19th at Bender Arena at American University as we celebrate our graduation ceremony here. We anticipate this year we'll be graduating approximately 350 students. We still don't have a firm number, and that is an increase over last year. So once again, thank you all for coming. I know that people have other things to do on a Saturday morning, or all day Saturday actually. There's plenty of coffee in the back, so drink it because we have a lot of information coming your way. My hope today is that you will leave here enthused, engaged, and empowered to continue to make differences in the lives of our students. So with that, I will conclude, and I'll introduce Gene Russell, our Regional Academic Director.